And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. My next guest's father was way ahead of social media before he died. He filmed precious moments while raising his son throughout the 90s. Fast forward to today. His son, Tyler Esposito, is sharing those retro throwbacks with the world in this or on his YouTube channel. You can also catch him at Comicpalooza this weekend right here in Houston.
Tell us what we can expect from you at Comicpalooza.
So yes, I do my Retro Life, the YouTube channel, and basically my whole channel and my whole thing is about taking a look back at gaming's past, but not just the past with gaming. Really, it's my own family history. My dad recorded home movies of just about every major milestone in video games that you can think of, from the late 80s throughout the 90s and into the early 2000s. Every major console release was on our home movie recordings that he'd be walking around with his camcorder just recording everything. And so my show that I do is basically a combination of the Wonder Years meets the Goldbergs, but with a retro gaming flavor. And it's all real, documentary footage. And so I narrate over them. I tell the stories of those old days. And really, my two panels that I'm doing, one is on the channel, My Retro Life on YouTube, and the other is on, it's a YouTubers panel that we're going to be discussing with a bunch of other YouTubers what it's like being a YouTuber in 2022.
And what is it like being a YouTuber in 2022?
Oh man, it's really interesting.
Is it like also being a celebrity as well? People recognize you?
I don't know. I don't know if I'd put it that far, but like definitely as you grow on YouTube, you're seen more, you're out there more, and so people do start to recognize you. I know for me personally, when it comes to retro gaming conventions or conventions like Comic-Con, there are fans of the show. There are people that come up to you and say, "Hey, thank you so much for doing what you do. It's awesome. I'm glad to meet you." And it's a really cool thing. It's really humbling. Honestly, people, I don't know, for YouTube, it's one of these things that's always evolving. So you have to kind of like stay in with the, what do you got to do next to kind of evolve with it, keep growing. For me, I try not to get too wrapped up in that, stuff with like, clickbait and thumbnails, as you always hear those kind of topics. I try to stay very true to the content, because that's where people have come to my show, is because the genuine nature. It's all home movie documentary footage and stuff like that. So to be disingenuous would be doing a disservice to the people that watch. So,
and we have seen some tremendous growth when it comes to gaming over the years. I can remember Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, and things have progressed. Now you have Star Wars and DC, and it's some of those games are like you're watching a movie.
It really is. It's crazy when I look at, and that's one thing, Dad, he marveled at how the game industry was growing, and that's kind of why he filmed as much as he did, because he himself was into filmmaking and technology. And so we watched it grow from, when I was a little kid, and when Nintendo was around, when Nintendo first came out, and Sega were household names, and we watched it grow into this, like, like you said, major motion picture, billion-dollar industry that we see now. And it's amazing. The fastest growing industry I think there ever was as far as entertainment industry. Just really amazing.
And when you look at just how crude they were, and I can remember having an Atari, and even before that Atari, there was this thing we would buy from Radio Shack, and it'd be a bouncing ball from one side of the screen to another, and we just loved it. We ate it up. But now technology has come so far. You have some major production companies working on, like Industrial Light and Magic, George Lucas's company, all participating in gaming. It's just incredible. Or when you take a look back at some of the older retro games, which you focus on, what are some of your older favorite games that you could still play today?
I think, honestly, my go-tos are some of the classics that came out on the original Nintendo NES. Mega Man, the Mega Man series, Castlevania with its kind of horror tinged gameplay, and Dracula, vampire slaying and all that. But, Sonic the Hedgehog is another one. And it's amazing that I loved Sonic the Hedgehog growing up, and now I have a little girl, she's 7 years old, and it's amazing that Sonic the Hedgehog is still in the pop culture zeitgeist. It just blows my mind that he's even bigger than ever now. We take her to the movies to see like the new Sonic movies, and it's so cool to just see that kind of like, I guess it's kind of like passing of the torch in a way of like pop culture that was once mine is now hers, and it's so cool to see that.
And that's got to be great to share that with your kid.
It truly is. It's very special.
Well, sir, we thank you for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored, and they can, of course, catch you at one of those panels at Comicpalooza, and, of course, your YouTube channel. Where can we look for that channel? What is the name of the channel for us to find it?
Sure. If you're going to find my channel, it's called My Retro Life. You just go on YouTube, search My Retro Life. You should find it.
And, of course, like you guys on YouTube always say, and I'm going to hit that subscribe button. Thank you, sir, for joining us.
Thank you.